Hey, baby. Hey, baby. You gonna sit here and chill while I do my little review? Hmm. You gonna sit here and chill while I do my review? Everybody come on in. It's me and Ace. About to do a review on the have and the have nots. Make sure you guys come on in, hit that like button, and also hit that share button. And subscribe to the Hood Table if you're not already subscribed. You ready, Ace? You ready to discuss this show? You know, this is the last season of the Have and the Have Nots. Um, the other day, I watched episodes, because it's the mid season finale, right? Hold on, let me readjust the child, readjust my grandbaby. I think he might be comfortable like that. It's a little too hot, or is you chilly? Okay, well, I got the blankie on standby. Okay, so yes, it is the mid season finale of the Have and Have Nots. It started 2 weeks ago. I wasn't even paying attention. I wasn't even keeping up. And evidently the mid season did I say finale? The mid season premiere started like a week ago and I didn't even realize it. So I had to watch 2 episodes of this show to get caught up. Now, again, make sure you like and share the video, subscribe to the Hood Table, and I'm gonna try to do this review fairly quickly because, as you can see, I am babysitting my grandbaby while my son is at work. So we are going to be reviewing season 8, the last season of the Have and the Have Nots, episode 9 and episode 10. Now, episode 9 was titled A Game of Chess, and episode 10 was titled Wolves. And you can see by the show, how the show and the outcomes at the end of each show, why they gave it those names. You know, I really like that name, A Game of Chess and Wolves, for episode 10, because you know that Veronica. Ooh, child. Mm-mm-mm. Veronica. I think I might miss her. After this show is totally over, I think I might miss her. It would be interesting to see her on a different show. But anyway, as far as the beginning of the show, we literally pick back up at the fire scene in the restaurant. And you know from last season, the mid-season finale, which was episode 8. On in that episode, we had saw how Jeffrey, um, before Jeffrey and Madison headed to the restaurant, Jeffrey had told Madison that he think it's time that they really get to know each other instead of just messing around with each other. And so he told him he wanted to invite him to dinner, to a restaurant, maybe do some movies, things like that. And then when they got to the restaurant, that's when Justin showed up. He interrupted their dinner. Um, he had told them that he knew they was having relations, trying to keep it clean, even though the baby has no idea what I'm talking about. So he was like, he told him, I know y'all having relations. I've been following y'all, basically stalking them. He been stalking Jeffrey, but basically he was following them. He was spying on them. He was using binoculars, looking into Justin's window, and he had doused himself with a lot of gasoline and blame Jeffrey for everything that's happened between them. Blame Jeffrey for him falling in love with him and for liking men and da 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 da. Even though we already know that Justin had a thing with the males, right? And so he doused himself with gasoline and set his butt on fire. Ooh, I think he's doing something that campy. Oh, yes, you is. And he doused himself with fire, and of course, he got burnt up. Like, burnt up. The boy went up in flames. And at first, I didn't know what exactly was going to happen. I didn't know if he was going to try to shoot Jeffrey. or shoot Madison, or do like a suicide, homicide. Is that how you do it? A homicide, suicide, murder, suicide. I don't know what it's called, but that's what I thought that he was going to end up doing. But turns out that he only killed himself. Now um at the mid season finale, I did say to myself, I was like, is Tyler Perry gonna take him out like that? Or is this really the end of Justin? Is he going to survive? I mean, a lot of people was really getting tired of that storyline, even though this is the last season of the show. But a lot of people was really getting tired of that storyline with, Justin harassing, stalking, being abusive to Jeffrey. And a lot of people was ready for Jeffrey to stand up for himself a little bit more. But I was like, shoot, maybe Justin gonna be like that little Energizer buddy, and maybe he gonna come back. But as we saw, Tyler Perry did not have that in the plans. He did not have it in the plans for Justin to come back. And as we saw at the beginning of season 8, episode 9, the mid season premiere, Justin was pretty much dead. Like, by the time the paramedics got there, he was burnt, he was scorched, he went up in smoke. That body was smoking, y'all. Did y'all see he was burnt the, what, up? And then Jeffrey, you know how Jeffrey is, the way he is. Even when things are out of control, on Justin's part, like all the crazy things that Justin has ever done to him or Madison or anybody else in his circle, he always still kind of has a heart for Justin. And I guess he's just one of those gay guys, as far as Jeffrey. I think he's just one of those gay guys who has never really been in the closet per se, but he, I guess, understands kind of what Justin was going through and the demons that Justin was battling. So y'all let me know. That's it. That's about it. Y'all let me know how y'all felt about the Justin Jeffrey situation, because Jeffrey, again, he was freaking the heck out. And again, everybody else who's coming in, hey, real mamas, real problems. Hey, baby. Everybody who's coming in, make sure you like and share the video, please and thank you very kindly. While Ace and I do this little good old review of the have and have nots. Now, what you looking at? You know you sleepy. But yeah, out of all the ways to commit suicide, though, Justin chose to light his butt on fire. And again, when I just thought that maybe Justin would be, Tyler Perry would allow him to survive, that wasn't in the script. Justin is finally out of the picture. And of course, like I said, the kind of person Jeffrey is, he kind of feels partly responsible for what happened to Justin, mainly because of his mother, his crazy, psychotic mother, Veronica. Jeffrey kind of feels like if it wasn't for his mother, constantly interfering with all of his relationships, not being accepting of his not being accepting of his, what did I do with your binky? I don't know what I did with your binky. Hold on, baby. You gotta burp first. But yeah, not being acceptable of him being gay, and then going after the people who he was involved with, even though Justin really wasn't like uh Jeffrey's boyfriend. Justin just kept trying to force himself into a relationship with Jeffrey. But on top of that, Jeffrey, he then turns around and tells Madison that he no longer wants to be involved with him, believing that his mother will eventually be behind something bad happening to Madison, and that still could happen. But will it be Madison only that she comes after, or will it also be Jeffrey that she comes off after as well? I don't know, y'all. I don't know, y'all. But I thought it was real funny what Kobe said when Kobe was leaving Justice's apartment. He was like, "Oh, he's dead. All right. Well, sorry, Jeffrey. I hate that he burned himself up extra, extra crispy." Kobe is so animated. He is so extra. But yeah, he got a kick out of it. He was like, "Oh, the Wicked Witch of the East is dead." You know what I'm saying? But anyway, Madison told him to get the heck up out of there. But when Jeffrey, reached out to Justin's mother, wasn't that scene kind of crazy, y'all? And for those of y'all who just coming in, please like and share the video and subscribe to the Hood Table. Baby Ace and I are reviewing the have and the have nots. But Jeffrey, I didn't see that coming. I didn't see that coming. When he reached out to Justin's mother to notify her basically what happened to her son, he didn't expect her to be upset with him. Justin's mother, Mrs. Pearl Lewis, she was extremely upset. She was extremely upset. And basically, she was claiming that now, of course, this is what Justin told her. Now, we know that Justin's brother Tanner has been beating the brakes off of him for years because of the fact that Justin likes to sleep with men, right? And I guess Tanner thought he would beat it out of him. It didn't work. It didn't work up until the day he died. But he had told his mother, Justin blamed everything on Jeffrey. He had the nerves to tell his mother that Jeffrey lured him into some type of unnatural relationships, right? Jeffrey was like, "No, ma'am, no, ma'am, no, ma'am. That is not how it happened. Your son is gay, ma'am, and being gay, being gay for years, as gay as they come." And then she told him that also Justin told her that Jeffrey was the one that was stalking and harassing him and all that. I'm like, oh my God. Justin basically flipped the whole table around, making his mother believe that Jeffrey, took advantage of him in some type of way. No, ma'am. Again, no, ma'am. She just could not accept the truth, which was that Jeffrey was assaulted originally. Y'all remember that? Y'all remember that? Justin used to do that to all the men he used to arrest. He used to arrest them because some people keep forgetting that Justin used to be a police officer, right? So he used to pick up men, handcuff them, put them in the back of his patrol car, and do whatever, right? So his mother, now finding that out, still refuses to accept the truth that her son was the one who assaulted Jeffrey in a police car years ago, then stalked and harassed him up until the day he literally went up in smoke when he set himself on fire. But can you blame her? Can you blame her? I mean, after Justin, had the audacity to tell his mother that Jeffrey was behind everything, but did he have to say Jeffrey put some voodoo magic on him? Ah, I'm like, where y'all at down in the bayou? He told his mother that Jeffrey also had some kind of magic potion, some kind of voodoo magic that he just blew on him or whatnot, I guess. I don't know, put a little oil behind his ear, took a piece of his hairs off of his brush or something like that and turned him gay. I don't know. I was like, again, really, ma'am? She was hot. She was heated. She was pissed off and then tried to get the heck up out of there, out of Dodge, talking about, I need to get away from y'all. I need to get out of here before I get caught in a drive-by. A drive-by where? A drive-by where? Look at the house. Look at the neighborhood. A drive-by where? They live in a fancy neighborhood. They stay in a big old humongous house. Uh-oh, there go your uncle coming through the door. Is that Uncle Cam? You got some treats for the baby? No? Oh, man. Wow. Uncle Cam said he ain't got nothing, no treats for the baby, and I guess he ain't got no treats for the mama, the grandmama either. It's okay, Cam. I'm live doing a review. But anyway, what was I saying now? What was I saying? Oh yeah, drive by where? They live like in a beautiful neighborhood, upscale neighborhood. She was tripping. But then again, I was like, hold up, wait a minute now. Does she know Veronica? Remember when Veronica sent the goons up there to Jeffrey and David's house? and had them goons shoot up the house and attempt to kill Jeffrey and her husband. So I was like, maybe Justin's mother is on to something. Like, does she know Veronica? Does she know anything about Veronica? Because if she did, that would explain why she probably wanted to get the hell out of there. Talking about it's going to be a possible drive-by. But anywho, as far as Justin's mother go, she hightailed her butt to the hospital. Um, she's probably gonna blame that on Jeffrey too. That her son, committed suicide. She's probably gonna end up, you know, blaming that on him as well. But anyway. Hey, silly mommy, what's up? Ace is out. He out for the count. Out for the count. But he's squirming a little bit because of my voice. I was like, I'm gonna try to do this review real quick so I can put him down because I didn't want to have him down and then I have to get up and pick him up if he started crying. So we do it this way. But anyway, let's talk about Hannah, Mitch, and Jim Cryer. Now, as Hannah was leaving the Cryers, Mitch pulled up needing to speak with Jim. But before that, Hannah made sure to let him know that she was fully aware that Mitch lied about his family being able to protect her family. So now that Mitch knows that Jim has been speaking to his family, Mitch made like a subtle threat to Jim, regarding the safety of his own son, Wyatt. Now, Wyatt, as we all know, he survived the last time when Uncle Vinny had Wyatt's wrist slit. Jim ain't scared though. Jim ain't never scared. He talks a lot of stuff, but Jim, he has a lot of people in his back pocket, so he ain't never scared, and he don't take kindly to threats. The only thing Jim really cares about right now, and for a while now, is getting back his $8 million from Candace and Benny. But not only that, he's still trying to think of a way to move Hannah out of the picture, out of the way. So that he could get his hands on Catherine's estate, his wife, who's still locked up in jail, by the way. She been locked up for quite some time, as a matter of fact. But yeah, he's trying to figure out how to get Hannah out the way so that he can get his hands on his wife's estate because he has nothing. He has nothing. Candace refuses to give him back the $8 million, and his wife just signed all of her estate into Hannah's name. So, right now, Jim's relying on David again to try to figure out a way to make it all happen. Let's see. President-elect. In episode 9, they didn't really focus too much on the president-elect Charles, Candace. Were they even a boyfriend, girlfriend? Were they even a couple? I don't know. I know they were messing around with each other, but I still wouldn't have considered them a couple. But anyway, Jeffrey Owens, Jeffrey, aka Landon. Okay, now as far as Landon goes, Landon, he talked to the president. He talked to the president-elect because he thinks that something's up with the Conley character. Jeffrey Owens, from the Cosby Show. His name on this show is Conley. And he thinks that there's something up, like Conley might be trying to get some intel, get some information from the president that he can use against him in his favor. Now, we haven't are you sneezing? We haven't hey Cam, come here please and get this binky and go wash it off. But we haven't seen his son too much yet because remember his son was on drugs. His son was trying to help set up Charles, the president-elect. But we haven't really seen anything over the last few episodes about that, even before the mid-season finale. So again, they didn't really focus too much on them. But I'm looking forward to see if the president-elect will actually figure out what Conley is up to. But if y'all know exactly what he's up to, let me know. Feel free. It's over here, babe. You gotta walk around there, and you gotta come down over here. See, you're trying to wake him up. See, you're trying to wake him up. Nope, 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 nope. Back away from the child. Back away from the child. I be molding his head. His head is perfect. He's perfect. But yeah, so y'all let me know how y'all feel about that situation. Wyatt, of course. I think I dropped it down here somewhere. Somewhere. Or maybe, you know what? Check to see if it's in the car seat. What is it? The binky. Maybe it's in the car seat. No? Then I had to have dropped it over here. Yeah, go wash it off for me, please. Okay, now Wyatt. In episode 9, he's still trying to find a way out of those handcuffs, out of the hospital. He even offered to allow the nurse to watch him use the bathroom. Like she'd be interested in his butt. He don't want to use no bedpan, and but it's not even about the bedpan. He just wants the cuffs removed so he can try to escape again. He already escaped one time from the infirmary when he was in jail. So that's what he's basically trying to do. He's trying to escape while also trying to get more drugs, which she also refused to get him. So yeah, she declined turned down his invitation to watch him use the bathroom and also refused to give him some more drugs. So, do y'all think that Wyatt is going to find a way to escape the hospital? Let me know. Thank you. Thank you. Oh, did you bring the bread in? Okay, thank you. Yes, so now, as far as Hannah and Catherine Cryer, Veronica as well, we're going to discuss a little bit of her too. Catherine, she reached out to Hannah to bring her the paperwork, for the meeting that Hannah had with Catherine's accountants. And finally, Catherine also told Hannah about the man she had housed up at Wyatt's loft. You know, the man that she was messing with from her hotel that she's been having hold up at Wyatt's apartment or his loft. Which she lied and told Jim that she was selling. She told Jim that she was selling the loft because she didn't want Jim staying at the loft because she doesn't want Jim at the house because he keeps harassing Hannah. But she's like, oh, he can't go to the loft. So she told him that she was selling the loft. Now Hannah knows that Mrs. Cryer got her a little side piece. Got her a little side piece, a little hook up on the side, and she's still trying to take care of that man, even though she's locked up. She's still looking out for him, and she told Hannah to check on him, check on Wyatt, but also check on her little side piece as well. See if he needs anything, see if he needs a little change, or make sure he's being well taken care of. But then, people need to quit playing with Hannah. That's my girl, y'all. People need to stop playing with Hannah and quit underestimating her. Veronica showed up after Hannah got off the phone with Catherine. Veronica's oof, oof. You know how I usually discuss Veronica, but we have virgin ears right here. So I'm not gonna use those terms, right? But anyway, Veronica, she finds so much pleasure always degrading Hannah, always treating her like the poor old housemaid or the help on some plantation, like she's just a slave, like she's just Catherine's slave, and she treats her as such. Now, Veronica, she was there to actually visit with Jim, who wasn't home. And after not leaving the house, like Hannah kept asking her to. She started to ask her very, very politely. Matter of fact, she asked her time and time again, politely. And then Hannah got upset because Veronica was not listening to her, telling her she ain't going nowhere and that she gonna stay up in that house until Hannah told her she would drag her down them stairs and out to the lawn. Veronica thought that Hannah was playing, but she was not playing with her. Hannah was not playing with her. Instead, Veronica, she kept on snooping around, searching through Catherine's belongings, and I'm like, what the heck is she looking for? But she was looking for the gun tied to Catherine's Jolly Company or corporation's paperwork. Now, as you can recall, I know it's been a minute, y'all, but as you can recall, the lady that was killed, Catherine had shot her, but Veronica finished it off. So both of their fingerprints were on the gun, but I'm sure they cleaned the gun and everything like that. But of course, when you kill somebody and they get taken down to the autopsy, they gonna take the bullets out. Da 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 da. They try to match it to a gun. Da 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 da. And so that's what Veronica was looking for. But Hannah didn't know that. She had no idea, and really, we didn't know that at that time either. But anywho, next thing you know, Hannah dared her to touch one more thing, to go through one more drawer. And the next thing you know, Veronica called Hannah a bitch. And Hannah said, I got your bitch. Man, did you see the women banging? Those two women got to swinging on each other. I was cracking up. I was like, get her, Hannah, get her. Ooh, somebody. I've been saying for 8 seasons that somebody needs to whoop Veronica's butt. I was up there like, whoop that trick. Whoop that trick. And she did. Hannah dog walked her all over the floor. Veronica couldn't believe that Hannah had hit her. But, I mean, what do you expect? Hannah was just going to walk away after she threatened to drag her out the house and onto the lawn. So, yeah, Hannah backed all that up. She didn't hit her one time. She hit her 9 times. Hannah was counting. I wasn't even counting. But then, she called her on those late payments on that $54 million loan that Veronica owes to Catherine. Being that Hannah is in charge of Catherine's estate, being that Veronica owes $54 million in back payments for the loan that she got from Catherine for her medical clinics or health facilities. So Veronica called her on it. She called the bank and said foreclose all the properties. Veronica wasn't expecting that. Neither was she having it. So Hannah better be prepared for Veronica's clapback, y'all, because it won't be a fist fight next time. I don't know what it's gonna be, but you know how Veronica get down. She's dirty, she's grimy, and she when she can't beat you, the way she wants to beat you, then she gets her goons to go after you. So yeah, that's basically what I got out of season 8 episode 9. And then I'm about to start giving you a little review. I got a little something something on episode 10 too, just a little something something. But we're gonna take a 30-second break. 30-second break, y'all, and we'll be back after the 30. And make sure you like and share the video and subscribe to the Hood Table. Y'all like that music? I thought you would. I thought you would. Anyway, so let's discuss the Have and Have Not season 8, episode 10, which was titled Wolves. Now, Benny and Candace. Okay, Benny has been wanting to find him a home to purchase. He wants to be a homeowner. And before the mid-season finale ended, we had saw how he was going to look at these houses. He was spending time with this agent who we could obviously tell he was attracted to, even though she was trying to act like she couldn't see it. Now, yeah, she didn't show no signs of being attracted to him either, but she could have just been keeping it professional. I don't know. I don't know if she's even interested in him at all after this episode. Y'all let me know what you think. And her name is Rihanna, by the way. So Benny finally found a house that he loved. His agent Rihanna, uh, again, he's still been flirting with her heavy. Now, keep in mind, Rihanna is Sandy Malone's ex girlfriend, the one that he's been stalking and harassing. So I don't know how this is going to turn out if Benny and Brianna were to start kicking it, okay? Because you know they prejudice anyway. The only reason why Sandy was messing with her because he likes black women is weird because their family is racist. Their family is full of racists, but Sandy still is attracted to black women, and you know that's possible because it was back in the day, you know, slavery and everything. They didn't like us, but they still was, you know, knock us up, get us pregnant, all that kind of stuff. So anyway, while Benny was checking out the digs on his potential new home, Candace realized that Charles, president elect, had put her on the no-fly list because Candace, she was ready to bounce up out of town. She took the $8 million from Jim, gave $1 million of it to her brother Benny. So that left her with $7 million, and her plan was to leave, to run away, to vacate the city, so that Jim couldn't find her. But President-elect Charles, he put her on a no-fly list, and she had no idea. So when she called to check on her plane tickets or her flight or something, she was furious and called Landon, demanding to be removed from the list. Landon, he promised her that, it would be lifted within 4 days. I don't know about that. Y'all let me know if y'all think that she is going to end up with Landon, with not Landon, but with the president Charles elect again. Let me know if you can see them back in a relationship, like a real relationship again. Can you see Candace as the first lady of the United States? I don't know. I don't know. I can't see it. I can't see it. But anywho, Hannah and Veronica. Now, Hannah and Veronica, um, episode 10. The way it looks is that Veronica's properties will still go into foreclosure. That's the way it looks right now because she wasn't able to convince Catherine to make Hannah back off of the foreclosures. Veronica, she's still in disbelief as well, just like Jim, still in disbelief that Hannah is the executor. She is in charge and responsible of Catherine's entire estate, all her properties. And then, after Veronica realizes that she can't have her way, she then basically threatens Hannah's life. She was like, well, what would happen if something happened to Hannah? But Catherine still could not be moved. Okay? She still would not be moved. Veronica, she knows, or at least she should know, who buttons she can push and how far she can go. The same type of person Veronica is, Catherine always matches her round for round. They basically the same type of people, except for Veronica is more hateful. Catherine is more revengeful. Veronica is more hateful. Like they still can cause harm to somebody or put a hit out on somebody or anything like that. But Catherine does it like if somebody hurts her or her family or something like that. Veronica just does it if you don't do something that you know what I'm saying? If she don't get her way. But anyway, because of Veronica's immunity, she claims that if she takes the stand for the murder of Jennifer Salazar, she will not be charged if she takes the stand and testified and says that she did it. And all the charges will be dropped against Catherine. But does Catherine trust her? Heck no. And I wouldn't either. Because as soon as Catherine would say, okay, you can keep your properties out of foreclosure, Veronica might just walk out of there and forget all about Catherine and then turn her in. That's why she's looking for the gun, okay? That's what Veronica thinks she's slick. You is not nickel slick. Not when it comes to Catherine. She was like, you can't out slick a slickster, okay? And she ain't lying. She ain't lying. But anywho, so Catherine, she ain't falling for it. Instead, she tells Veronica, okay, I won't foreclose on your properties if Not if you paid her 54 million, but she dropped it down to 44 million. That's 10 million less than what it was, and that's a lot of money to a lot of people. But Veronica still, Veronica, see, the thing is, Veronica ain't trying to pay a dime. She's trying to basically blackmail Catherine into eating up that $54 million, which Catherine can't do. Catherine is very, very what we want to call rich. She's a million miles from rich. Catherine, her family left her so much money. Her family just so wealthy, and all the wealth trickled down to Catherine. So she has a lot of money to spend, and that's why she got her little side piece hold up in that law, still taking care of him, paying the bills and everything. But anywho, I don't know what Veronica is going to have to do because there is no deal on the table as of yet. As of yet. But anywho, let's move right on. Let's discuss Kobe and Veronica. Now, when it comes to Kobe and Veronica, at first I was like, how the heck did Kobe? I mean, how? Okay, let me backtrack. How the heck didn't Kobe realized that the house he came to hook up with that man was Veronica's house? But then kind of realized that when Kobe and those other gay men snuck in her backyard and skinny dipped in her pool, they came through the backyard. So Kobe never got a chance to see the front yard. And that tells you right there how big of a house it is because my house, if you walk out my backyard, you're gonna see the side of the house, the front of the house. My house ain't that big. It's being real. But anyway, but yeah, Veronica does have a big old house. But then I was like, when he walked through the house, like, what's going on here? Is she about to blackmail Kobe too? Oh no, oh no. She had something else up her sleeve for Kobe, and so did Tanner. Justin's brother Tanner was there. Needless to say, Kobe walked right into a trap. I was like, doggone it, Kobe. Oh, Kobe. But he took it, man. He took it. It was how many? One, two, three, four, five. Maybe like 5 or 6 men who jumped him and beat on him and left him on the floor bleeding all over his face. It was just bad. But let me say, it was nothing compared to Justin. We saw how Justin got beat by his brother Tanner. Tanner used to put it on Justin all because he didn't want his brother to be gay. But anyway, Veronica, she's so homophobic. She wanted to teach Kobe a lesson because after it was like his suggestion. If we recall and look back to the skinny dipping scene, it was Kobe's suggestion to treat Veronica a lesson and take all his gay friends and skinny dip in her pool. And after they did that, Veronica felt the need, because she's so homophobic, she felt the need to get her pool drained from the gayness that they left in the pool. So ridiculous. So ridiculous. I'm like, come on now. Whatever they might have put in there, I don't even care if they, did a you know what. It's a lot of chlorine in that water, right? But no, she's just homophobic. So that's why she had her pool drained and, had it refilled and everything. So anyway, to teach Kobe a lesson, she had those guys beat the snot out of him and warned Kobe to stay away from her son and from Justin, from Tanner's brother Justin. But unbeknownst to Tanner at that time, who helped make it happen, that Kobe got jumped, his brother Justin is dead. He didn't even know at that time. While he was getting Kobe jumped and threatening Kobe to stay away from his brother Justin had already went up in a flame of smokes. Literally. Boy, Justin was laying on that ground looking like a burnt hot dog. Ooh, child. But anyway, let's discuss Candace. Let's get back to Candace and Benny. Okay. So, Benny, after he, put his offer in or whatever, because the house was 200,000. I'm too loud, huh, baby? The house was 200,000. But per Candace, she was like, "Oh no, offer 175." The builder, they counter offered at 195, but they, promised to cover the closing costs and everything. To which Benny agreed. So now Benny is officially a homeowner. At least, once he hands over that cashier's check for 175. Right now, fortunately for Benny, his sister Candace, thanks to her being on the no-fly list, she will not be moving yet anytime soon, I believe, due to being on the no-fly list, even though Landon said give him 4 days to correct it. So, of course, Benny, for now, is glad to have his sister stay with him because he didn't want his sister to move anyway. He didn't want his sister to move out of town. He had been trying to beg Candace to stay with him, or at least stay in town. You know what I'm saying? And if it was up to Benny, he, his mother, and Candace would all move into his brand new crib. But I highly doubt that would ever happen, especially Hannah. Hannah, she's still mad at the both of them, at both of her children for stealing Jim's money. Now, Candace, although she got the bulk of the $7 million, Benny, he took that 1 million that she gave him. He already purchased a truck for his homeboy, Mitch. Then Benny got him a new towing truck or whatever, a tow truck. And now he's buying a house for $175,000. So the money is trickling down at $100 million that she gave Benny. But regardless, I don't think Hannah would ever move in with them two. She don't even want to talk to them two. She don't even want to look at them two right now because she's still upset about. She's basically in the middle of it. And even though Jim right now he knows for sure that Hannah had nothing to do with her children stealing his money, but she's still in the middle. Still in the middle. And Jim still continually, throws threats out there to do harm to her children because they stole the money. So no, I don't think she'll be moving in with them anytime soon. But what do y'all think about Benny? He was really pressed to go out with Rihanna. That he was about to back out of the deal because Rihanna didn't want to go out with him. She was like, "I'm very professional. I don't mix business with pleasure," which is what I recommend to everybody. Do not mix business with pleasure. So he was like, "Okay, well, the deal is off. I don't want the house." I'm like, "Oh my God, really, dude? You don't even know her. You don't even know her." And Candace was like, "Okay, hold on. Let's think about this. Let's think about this. How about how about you take her the check, and then after you take her the check, then ask her out for dinner." Benny wasn't having that. So then she was like, "Okay. What about you guys meet up for dinner to exchange the money?" So, Benny, that's what they decided to do. Benny and Rihanna's gonna meet up at a restaurant. Basically, it's gonna look like they're just doing a business transaction, but still, yet to Benny, it's a whole date. He's going on a whole date. So y'all let me know what y'all thought about that scene. Cause I was like, come on, thirsty, are you, Benny? Really? And then still, that is Sandy's ex, the mob. Sandy, who belongs to the Mahomes. Did I say Malone? Yeah, the Malones. He belongs to the mob family. That is his ex-girlfriend, the one who also got rid of their child. So, what do you think will happen when Sandy finds out that Benny is trying to go out with his ex-girlfriend? Mm, I don't know, y'all. I don't know. What you think, baby Ace? He's still asleep. Well, he has no words right now. Okay, Jim and David. And we are almost done here. We are almost done. But Jim and David, um, as far as Jim goes, he finally figured out what Veronica was searching for, which again was the gun that's registered to Catherine's Jolly Company. Because again, with that gun, Veronica will definitely have some power. She'll definitely have something to ensure that Catherine go down for Salazar's murder. And remember, Catherine shot her first. But Veronica put the bullet in her. That really put her to sleep, right? And with that gun, she can also bury Jim and David along in the process, right along with Catherine. Okay. So Jim, he needs David to try again to speak with Hannah. David hasn't been able to get through to Hannah because Hannah ain't trying to have it. Like, and then on top of that, David has feelings for Hannah, but Hannah doesn't believe him. She thinks that he's just trying to hoodwink her or swindle her or manipulate her, gaslight her into letting Jim be over Catherine's estate. So she ain't having it, and she definitely ain't the one to play with. And she doesn't want to be involved in anything that Jim and David got going on. But does Jim care? Of course not. And he could care less that David likes Hannah or whether or not David hooks up with Hannah. But regardless of David or Jim's full intent, Hannah, again, she ain't having it. She is determined to not let David, Jim, or Veronica or anybody else interfere with her and Catherine's business agreement. Not today, not tomorrow, not ever. So let's see how long Hannah can hold out on that. Um, as far as Justin's brother Tanner though, and Jeffrey, let's get back to that. Jeffrey and Tanner. Was Tanner really being sincere with Jeffrey when telling him that Justin was HIV positive? What do y'all think about that? I definitely did not see that coming. Now, we know that Justin has been in the hospital several times because Tanner had been whooping on him every time he finds out that Justin's still messing around with men. He been whooping on his brother, trying to beat it out of him, right? So he's been bloody before and all that kind of stuff. So if he's HIV positive, the way Tanner was beating on him and getting his blood all over him and everything, I'm like, is he telling the truth? Is Justin or was, because he's dead, so past tense, was Justin HIV positive? I don't know, y'all. Let me know if y'all think Tanner is telling the truth. Because he claims that because of the fact that Jeffrey didn't want his brother Justin, Justin was determined to kill Jeffrey one way or the other. So it was either going to be by the disease, as Tanner says, or maybe shooting him, or maybe when Justin set himself on fire. Maybe he thought that maybe Jeffrey would catch on fire as well. They both go up in flames. I don't know. I don't know. So y'all let me know. Do y'all think Tanner is being genuine with Jeffrey by acting concerned? Or will him visiting Jeffrey's home be another setup for Veronica? Because he asked Jeffrey, what's your address? Because he needs to bring some things to him. Is this another setup? I really think it is. Because Tanner was involved in Kobe's setup. And we know that Veronica has been trying to teach Kobe a lesson, Justin a lesson, and Jeffrey a lesson because they're all gay and she don't like it. So I have a feeling that Tanner is not visiting Jeffrey um, just to chit chat and just to give something to him. You know, that might be from his brother. I think it might be a whole setup. A whole setup in that Jeffrey might open a door and Veronica's goons might rush up in there. I don't know, but Tanner did tell Jeffrey he might want to get tested. Now, of course, if Justin did have HIV, that means that Madison needs to be tested too, right? Mm-hmm. Oh, child. I hope he's lying. I hope he's lying. I really hope he's lying. I hope he's not got something up his sleeve to have Jeffrey get jumped or hurt any type of way when he goes over to Jeffrey's house. But anyway, y'all let me know what y'all thought about all of the scenes. That was season 8 review of the Have and a Have Nots. Episode 9 and episode 10. Episode 11 comes on next week. Now tonight, one of the other shows that I normally do reviews on, Sisters, that premiered tonight. I will try to review that tomorrow night. Y'all know I know look, I love me some Sisters, okay? So I'm definitely gonna watch that tonight or tomorrow sometime so that we can review that together tomorrow night. And then again, Friday is Friday Night Live, 9 p.m. No topics off limit on the Hood Table, my The Hood Table YouTube channel, because I think right now I'm live on my Times Prime Time and on my The Hood Table channel. So if you're on Times Prime Time, feel free to come over to The Hood Table tomorrow night, 9 o'clock. Well, not tomorrow night, my bad. Friday night at 9 o'clock p.m. No topics off limit, no holds barred. We discuss everything from the hood to the White House on Friday nights. And I will drop the link in the chat throughout the whole live so that if anybody wants to click on the link and jump on the screen with me and, be on the screen with us and chit chat or throw some topics on the hood table, to discuss on Friday nights, we do that every Friday. It allows you to have your voice be heard on any kind of subject. So, on that note, everybody, thanks for tuning in to my review of the Have and Have Nots. And I hope you've been enjoying the show. Hey, Crackhead Willie, what's up, boo? You said, I know, are you been in the bushes? Yeah, this my little man. This my little ace, my little grandson. He been knocked out the whole time while I've been live. But yeah, he'll probably wake right up as soon as I get done. But yes, anywho, you guys like and share the video. Subscribe to the Hood Table if you haven't already subscribed. And stay safe, be blessed, remain vigilant at all times as usual. And always, always keep it hood. Bye.